Now, somebody said, whatever you can measure, you cannot estimate. And I want you to take note of that. Very, very important. Whatever you cannot measure, you cannot estimate. We have looked at what data means, but an overview of what I want to just present to us today is to look at the different forms of data and just an elementary understanding of what everyone is expected to know. So now, how do we present data? We've explained what data means. How do we present data? Now, I'm going to be showing you some forms of data like I did last week, where I'm going to show you a few examples. Now, when we say data presentation, what we are saying is that we want to communicate a set of information or the meaning of the information to a group of people, either to an organization or you are presenting it to even students, or you are presenting it to technocrats, or you are presenting it as analysis of your business. What should you do when you are doing that? So data can be presented in form of tables that are useful for presenting statistics in numeric form. Maybe you have data set containing male and female, or their consumption rates in a food canteen, or the prices of the goods. When you go to a canteen, you will not just see them and say, okay, this food, Chinese rice is 500 pounds, the other one is 200 pounds, and in a scattered organize this so that you can pick out the information you need in a very fast way. That kind of presentation that you have in a restaurant will not be seen in form of a chart. If you go to a restaurant, then what you see there is just charts. And then you're wondering, what am I using chart and graphs for here? You won't be able to pick the information. So the importance of data analysis is that the audience, the recipient, would be able to pick whatever you are presenting in the articles. In the first 5 seconds, they will be able to pick whatever you are talking about. So another form of presenting data is using charts and graphs. That is normally used to highlight some key patterns and trends in a graphical form. And then you can also have a descriptive text that describes what you are doing or the data you have analyzed in a verbal form. Now, let's look at some examples of tables. We have summary table. Summary table is usually used to present counts, either by teachers, students, schools, in a categorical variable order. Now, when we get to the practical session, I believe every one of us have a PC with you. I believe you are not just connecting with phones, because it's going to be completely practical, and everyone has an assignment you're going to do. You're going to submit it right on this class. So I wish I'm able to see the charts at the same time. Okay, nevertheless. Okay, so you can do, let's say, number of teachers by their qualification and present it in a summary table. And then you can have number of students by their grades. We're going to give examples of that. So summary tables can be one-dimensional, that is with one categorical variable. Let's say, for example, you have a list of students, or you have one category. Let's say male. You want to look at the number of male students you have in a school for the past 10 years, for the past 20 years. And then you have just the variable there is just male, or the variable there is just female, or the variable there is just, you're talking about borders, or the variable there is just day students, or the variable there is just a particular item that you are ordering. You are ordering a particular item from Amazon, and the variable there is just 15 inches item. You want to know how many of such is available at a particular time, per time. All those things you sort when you are making a search on an e-commerce website, they are called variables. So those are the variables you look out to, and then you get those variables. So you can have multi-dimensional table that have 2 or more categorical variables. Okay, so we are looking at male and female. At the same time, we are looking at teachers, teaching staff versus non-teaching staff at the same time. All these variables are multi-dimensional variables. So now, look at an example that I have here. This is a one-dimensional summary table. This one-dimensional summary table is presenting one category. The variable we are looking at here is grades. And then you have students from grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we're looking at their count and their percentages. This will give us an idea of, okay, students that we have in a particular grade as the highest, as the least, as similar. For example, grade 9 has 30.88%. That gives us an idea that, okay, in this school, the enrollment in the high school is from grade 9. Which class has the least enrollment? Which class has the least enrollment? Can somebody unmute and talk? Which class has the least enrollment?
Grade 12.
Grade 12.
Grade 12.
Grade 12.
Okay. So we are not going to each of the classes to be asking. This data is there, and then we can use it that, okay, if it happens in the next year or in the 20 years to come, if they want to make provision for tables, they want to buy calendars, they want to buy some other things, they will be able to project and say, okay, it is grade 12 that has the least, it is grade 9 that has the most. It allows you to be able to take informed decisions. So this is an example of just one-dimensional summary table. Is this clear? Is this clear to us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's look at different, the second category. Let's look at a multi-dimensional summary table. Now we want to look at student enrollment now by 2 variables. Now I'm bringing this together because I'm not talking about strange. I'm just talking about variables now. It's very important that you understand it in data analysis. These are variables, male, female, they are variables. Now, can somebody give me other examples of variables that you can have in a multi-dimensional summary table? Yes, if you want to talk, just raise up your hand. Raise up your hand.
Bridge.
If you want to talk, no, don't talk. Raise up your hand. Let's do it in an orderly manner. Let's do it in a very orderly manner. Okay, so Oluwa Toroti, can you speak?
Gender.
Yeah, we've used gender now. Give me, I'm talking about 2 variables or multi-variables that you can have. Yes. Can you try again?
Year or occupation.
Okay, you can have occupation. So occupation, you can have a trader, you can have a salon, you can have several occupations. You can have a teacher, you can have all of that. So there are different variables, but everything is captured under occupation. All right, so
age bracket.
Age bracket, so you can you give us examples of standard age brackets?
10 to 14.
10 to 14, 15,
and so on and so forth.
So on and so forth. Thank you very much. So let me take one person more. Let me take Amimbola Ajulo. Abimbola Ajulo. Okay, she's not there. So let me take Odele Marvelous. She's not there. Okay, so who is there again? Okay, let me take Olabi. Who is there? She's not there. Okay, all these people are not here. Okay. Olabi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Occupation.
Somebody mentioned occupation. Okay, so thank you so much. I just want to know that, okay, we are following. All right, so this is it. Now, as you are following me now, I'm going to be giving you set of data, and right on this class, we would be doing what we do right in the class, because we want it to be evidence-based class. So now look at it. What can somebody give me an example of the information you can gather if you are to present this data meaningfully to somebody? What highlights can you get at a glance? You have grade 1 to grade 8 here for male and then for female. So what can you interpret? Something meaningful. What can you deduce from this data? Can somebody just do that? Everybody should lower their hand, and then let's have new hands. Everybody should lower their hands. Okay, so let's have new hands now. So who can deduce something? I'll take the first hand. Classwork, Abdullah, yes.
Occupation, picking occupation.
No, this data we are looking at right now, the data before us.
Okay, is it the grade and multidimensional grade?
Yes.
I think I need to think about it.
Okay, let me give another person. Adesanya Glory. Adesanya Glory. Okay. So let me go to Grace Babatunde.
Hello.
Adesanya Glory. Okay, go
Hello?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, from what I can deduce is that the male gender has the male gender grade 2, the male gender in grade 2. In grade 2, we have the highest number of grade gender of male gender in grade 2.
Okay, that's one. Thank you. So we have the highest number.
Okay.
Highest number is
Okay.
and so where do we have the
Of
highest
male,
number of female gender?
for the female gender, we have the highest number in grade 3.
Okay.
Grade 3.
So how did you get that information? Is it from the percentage or
by the percentage and also the number?
The number.
Both
Okay.
the percentage and the number.
All right, thank you very much. So I want to bring out something clear now. Let me just move forward because of time. Now, percentage are ways of summarizing data, and that's one of the things we are going to do today. Now, it's easy for you to be able to use the number here because you have simple numbers. But what if you have data that are large? Let's say, for example, you have results of students by WAEC, and you have students from, okay, let's use election data. Let's say in cases where you have 300,000, 400 and something, and then you have large data like that. Now, how do you pick up and look at the highest or the lowest? You may not have opportunity of looking at the number at that time, but when you summarize the data, you analyze it in form of percentage, that will allow you to be able to pick out the necessary information that you need to interpret. So as we continue, I want to get your PC ready. I'm going to take you where you can get raw data now. And we're going to put some data into summary tables and into summary tables and also into just one-dimensional table and then multi-dimensional summary tables right now. So get ready, everyone. Now, what are the things that multi-dimensional tables can do? Advantages is that it can show detailed data patterns and complex relationships. Now, although multi-dimensional tables can become very complicated if you have too many data presented there, but you can use it to be able to convince an audience if you interpret it very well. It will allow you to do in-depth analysis of the patterns of the school or the organization by talking about the age distribution and all other information as expected. Now, look at another multidimensional table. Now, here we are looking at student enrollment by elementary grade. Now, this time we are looking at age and gender. This is a multidimensional table. You have age, where you have age 5, 6, up to 15 plus. And then you now have grades. Now here we have grade. In grade 1, we have male and female. In grade 2, you have male and female, and that applies to every other thing. You will discover that at some point, you don't have other data. Look at it, at some point, you don't have other data. Now, how do we analyze this kind of thing to make it work? We have different tools we use in analysis. And a very simple one we're going to be starting with is to use the Excel, the Microsoft Excel. Now, many people have underrated the use of Excel because of what they can do with Excel. Some will say, oh, is it not Excel? I learned it, so I know it when I did data processing, and I know what I can do with it. You'll be surprised what you can do with the power of Excel if you understand it. We also have Power BI and some other applications we'll be looking at as time permits us in the course of this training. So now look at this type of data now. You don't have percentages here. You just have the number. Number is always denoted as letter N. You just have number here. So look at it. Now, who can tell me at a glance the grade that has the highest number at a glance? If it were a percentage, it will have allowed you to get it fast. Yes, which grade? Which grade? Yes, Odetunde.
3%. That's grade 2 female.
Grade 2, grade 2.
Female.
You have 64. Please remove your background noise. If you have a background noise, kindly mute yourself. Please always ensure that before you answer questions, you don't have a background noise with you. Thank you so much. So we can actually see that you have grade 2 female as the highest. Which one is the least? Yes. Can somebody raise up hand and talk about the list? Which class or grade has the least? Which class or grade has the least? Yes. Which class or grade list? Any hand up? Any hand up? Okay, Adesonia Glory. Can you go ahead?
Grade 8, female. Grade 8 female.
Grade 8 female. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, but this will have a better if you have. So let's look at grade 8. So we cannot look at the factors that are responsible for this. What factors is responsible for having grade 8? What pattern? What can you deduce from this data? Can you say that we now have more females than males? You can't conclude yet until you actually analyze this data and say, okay, let's put this data into use. What can we do from this data? Can we interpret, can we interpolate, can we extrapolate from this data that is available here? So those are the things you would like to do. Now, what are the components of a table? When you are using a table, your table should have, number one, a proper title. So that if anybody should tear the sheet or you find the sheet somewhere else, you'll be able to say, okay, this table is talking about transportation, people that move between Nigeria and United Kingdom every year. Where are they from? Nigeria, where are they from? Please kindly mute yourself. Class rep, do your job. So anyone who has a background noise, class rep, mute them immediately, please. Class rep, the second class rep, please, can you raise up your hand so that I can also make you calls to mute others? We shouldn't have background noise until so that it will allow the class to be interesting and enjoyable for everyone. Thank you so much. So the table must have proper title. Then you must have your clear headings. If you look at this table I'm showing here, you're having secondary session, and then you're looking at transition from primary to secondary education, and then you're saying secondary education. You should have proper headings. Now, tables have characteristics of what we call rows and columns. What is a row? A row is what shows from the left to the right. A column is from top to bottom. So when you are creating a table, you can create a row and column, but your tables must have proper rows and proper column. Your tables must also have what we call unit of measurement. For example, when you are measuring number, let's say you want to talk about population, then you must put number there. You want to talk about sizes or weights, you put kilogram. You're talking about length, you put centimeter and all of that. Now, you must also have your degree of accuracy and you have footnotes. Then if you are picking your data from somewhere, you always tell us your data source. So these are components of a table. Someone has a background noise. Class will do your job. Kindly mute background. Kindly mute everyone with a background noise, please. All right, so let me do something now. So I think I've muted everyone. All right, thank you so much. So when I want us to talk, I'm going to unmute us. Okay, so now, so that's how a summary table looks like. So let's look at this one now. Let's look at what I've just said. Here you have the title. The title here says pre-primary enrollment and gross enrollment ratios by region between 1999 and 2006. You are comparing these two. Now, then it must have an heading. Heading here says school year ending 1999, 2006. And then the heading also you have on this column, you have world developing. This is the world. Under that, you have developing countries, developed countries, countries in transition. And then you have them here. Now, unit of measurement. Here, they are measuring it in millions, and the other place here, they are measuring it in percentage. So there must always be unit of measurement. And here you have the footnotes. So we are going to use a primary data now. We have what we call primary data and secondary data. So you must have your data, and all your assignments that you're going to submit must contain this. It's going to contain something like this. I'm going to have a multidimensional table right now. I'm going to give you a set of data, and then we're going to have a multidimensional table prepared by you. What I want us to do to make it easy is to use Google Docs or Google Sheets rather. I'll make it easy for us. So I'm going to demonstrate for us, and then also give us an assignment on what we have to do. Now, what should you call a layout? Now, a clear, well-structured layout makes it easier for the reader to interpret and understand the information in the table. Now, number one in your table, your font style. What font style are you using? There are different font styles. When we are doing Word document, we always use Times New Roman or Arial or Cambria or all other ones. But what are the font styles you want to use? Your font style should be the same in your table. Now you have ordering of rows and columns. Your rows and columns must be well ordered. Your number, if you are using numbers, it must be well aligned. You cannot say number 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. You have omitted one. Now, you must also have a consistent appearance. If your table is a colored table, your grid lines should also be colored. If you are using a table that is not grid lines, that does not have grid lines, then you should also do something that makes it unique. Then there should be unnecessary distraction. Complex tables that should logically appear together should be placed in appendices. So that's how your layout should be. Before we go to graphs and charts now, I want us to do a demonstration of what a table should look like. A table should look like. So now, for everybody, there are different ways of getting data, but for the purpose of this class, and when you're actually practicing data analysis, let me stop sharing this screen and share another screen so that we're going to see where we can also get free Google data. So you can go to, let me go to Google Data Backend. So you can type data set, let me copy for you, data sets search.research.google.com. So I'm going to copy that for you now, and then you see. I just want to copy so that everybody will see what I'm talking about. So we have valid data that are online that you can use for your practice whenever you're doing data analysis. So I'm going to drop it in the chat here. So I hope you can see it. Can everybody see it? If you can see, just drop a chat. Just drop a chat that you can see it. Just drop a chat that you can see it. Drop a chat. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So thank you for the responses. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So I want us to click on it and then look at how you can get free data to analyze. So let's get some school data. So when you do that, when you click on it, as you can see my screen, okay, let me allow interaction now for those who would not have background noise. So let me, so right now, if you want to unmute yourself without a background noise, if you don't have background noise, then you can unmute yourself to talk. So right now, I want to know those that have been able to look at this other backend of Google. We are now using dataset search.research.google.com. If you are there, can you just talk? Let me know if you are there.
Yes, we are there.
Okay. All right. So okay. So now I want to know the number of those that are there. Let me just speak. So if you are there, just type in I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there. Let me just know those how many of us are here. How many of us are here? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thank you so much. Yes, I love this class. So that means that currently what you are seeing on your screen, not that you are seeing my screen, I mean, you can see it on your own PC. You can see. So now, there are several data that you can actually get here. Now, what Google has done is that there are some free database search engines that are available for you to use their free data. Some of them are free data, and then I've selected here, you can just type in free data in the search button here. And then some of the data sets are available in the comma separated version. CSV version means comma separated version. So now you can just type, let's use
Formatting, security.
comma separated version.
Okay.
Comma separated version. So let's use school data. Okay, so let's use secondary school performance data in England, 2021 to 2022. Let's see if that data is available for us to use for free. Now, on this data set that I've picked, I can always look at it. Whether it is the last time it was updated, it will show me the download format. I can download it in form of tabular, document, image, text, archive, structured, and other formats. User rights. If it is allowed to be used commercially, if it's not allowed to be used commercially, I have it here. Now the topic is going to show me which topic do I want. Do I want it in the humanities, social sciences, life sciences, agriculture, and all of that? And then is it free or paid version? So what I've selected here is that I want it to be in the free version. So now, here I'm being directed to go to this gov.uk, and it will allow me to be able to get the data. Now, but the description is here. The data set is provided either by gov.uk, or I can get it from Amazon AWS, or I can get it from this S3 bucket of Amazon AWS. So let me see if I can get it from this S3 bucket of Amazon AWS. So I click on this blue button that allows me to go there, and then it's here. So so let's see it fast. Secondary school performance data statistics, and then I have it here. So I can see one download data 1991 to 2002, and then saying I should select the academic year I'm interested in. So let me say 2021 to 2022, and then continue. Then, do I want just from local authority or all of, let me just pick local authorities. Local authorities of let me look at that of Leicester or Birmingham, or I'm interested in that of Manchester. So let me look at that of Manchester and then go to the local authority of Manchester. I hope you can see what I'm doing. If you can still hear me and see what I'm doing, can you just unmute and say yes?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So
Yes,
this, I want
sir.
to go to the performance data, key stage 4 results, and then this. So let me just pick the performance data, pupils destination, pupils absent, just for data analysis purposes alone. So now I've downloaded everything, and then it's telling me I can actually have it in CSV format, it will zip it, or I can have it in Excel format. So let me use Excel format for those of us that will be easy for us. It's downloading it already in zip. So open one finish. Let me see if I can actually extract it here. Okay, so I have it in Excel format now. So what I will do now, I'm going to stop sharing the screen and share another screen showing you Google Sheets. So I'm going to go to Google Sheets. All the things I'm going to do is going to be virtually, so you would be able to see. So I'm going to Google Sheets. If you are on Google, on Chrome, you can always go to sheets.google.com, or you come to your menu bar and then go to Sheets. So I'm going to open it with Google Sheets now. I hope I'm not too fast. I hope I'm not too fast. Okay. So now I've opened my Google Sheets, and then I want to open a blank page. I'm going to click on the plus button there. Click on the plus button there, and then now this will allow me to be able to teach you and train you on how to use Google Sheets. This is an advanced way. When you are actually using, when you are a data analyst, you should be able to use Google Sheets perfectly and excellently. It's an advanced version of Excel, and that advanced version, I can also say, is an abridged version, allows you to be able to do everything you want to do on Google, on Microsoft Excel, on Google Sheets online, and it's going to be saved in the cloud. So now I want to open the file now. I'll just go to, somebody say, please, you are fast for me. Oh, please, what is zip? I'm a newbie in tech. Oh my goodness. All right. So, all right. Those of us that are sending in chats, can you, zip format is a format that allows you to be able to put a lot of documents together. Like you are putting inside your course, inside your zip. You are putting 10 naira, 15 naira, 1,000 naira, all of them inside a zip. So it allows you to be able to download documents in a compressed form. They call it a zip folder. So you zip it up. So once you download it in the form of a zip, and then you now open it up, some applications on Windows normally allow you to download a zip or a WinRAR software that allows you to be able to open a zip document. But if you are using a MacBook, it will just open for you easily. Somebody is saying, even I asked myself, I've missed a class. If I've missed a class before, do I didn't attend? Sorry, I don't understand what people are saying here again. It's like I'm lost. So if you have a challenge at this point, can you talk now? Let me just pause for a few minutes. If you have a challenge, can you talk? If there's any challenge, can we know? Yes, anyone with a challenge. Somebody say, I'm in the first general class. Oh, sorry. We've gone ahead, or we can't go back to the first general class. I'm sorry about that. Maybe you can ask some other persons, and unfortunately we didn't record it. So you can have some other persons, but or possibly send me a chat. Somebody said that we to use laptop. Definitely, yes. That's why I asked us. We are supposed to come with your laptop. It's not something, I'm not learning it on phone. It's not on phone. So you need to have your PC. You cannot do data analysis with your phone. No, you cannot do data analysis with your phone. Okay, so can you, please, everybody that has a comment should unmute and talk so that I can understand you very well.
Hello, can you hear me?
And make sure you don't have a background noise, please. Make sure you don't have a background noise, please. Please make sure you
Yes,
don't have
can you hear me?
a-
Please, I want to know if this class is being recorded.
I don't know why this question is being asked. Being recorded. Yes, it's being recorded. Yes, it's being recorded. I don't know what to do.
If the class is being recorded,
Background.
if the class is being recorded, I would suggest that the class is being forwarded to each of our mails so that we can still go through it after the class at our quiet time, so that we get to know.
Please, if you have a background noise, don't talk. Just send a chat. Send a chat, please. If you have a
There's no
background
noise here.
please send a chat.
I'm in a very quiet space.
Okay. Okay, we can hear echoes. We can hear echoes right here.
That's connected.
Please, can you mute yourself, please? We can hear echoes right here. So, like we were told during the training, during the introduction of this class is an hands-on class. It's not a class for you to just come and learn, and then you plan that some other time you'll be listening to it. The class is expected that you should be on class and then also do the assignment. What I want to do now, I want everybody to follow me and also do it as we are doing it. We should have said, okay, we should come to a physical class, but because we are not, then everybody should get ready to attend the class. Now, okay, let's say conclusion. Let's stop this class. We've spent exactly 45 minutes and we're in the practical session. Do I stop the class or we move forward? Class rep, can you come on and say something?
You can move forward, sir. You can move forward.
Okay, yes, let's take an opinion poll. Let's take an opinion poll. Let's do data analysis of an opinion poll and see what happens. Okay, I think I did not enable it before I started the meeting, but that's not a problem. So let me see, somebody said I can't hear anything. So let's say somebody said, please proceed, please proceed, please proceed. If you want us to proceed, say hi on chat. If you want us to stop, say nay. 1 hi, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, that's fine. That's fine. So we are going to continue now. Majority of the people want us to continue. Thank you very much, everyone. So we'll continue now. So like I said, this is Google Sheets. Google Sheets is the online format of Excel. And like I mentioned in this class this morning, we looked at 2 types of ways we can present data. We can present data in tables or in graph or in charts. And we have looked at different types of tables, properties of tables, and what we should do with tables. when we are presenting a well layout table. Now we have also gone to the backend of Google again to see how we can get free data for analytics. We downloaded it in the zip format, and then we want to use it to do simple analysis. Somebody said we can't see your screen anymore. Somebody said, I don't understand some of the terminologies being used. Abimbola Ajulo, can you unmute yourself and talk? Possibly you are a newbie, but you have to catch along with us. You have to go along with us. I'm very sorry.
Yes, I'm new to tech. I'm new to. Okay.
That's why you're learning. Okay. So we need to learn. Okay, so let me see if I can have some elementary classes for some people. But so somebody said how you can reach out to me. You can. I'm on the group. I think I'm an admin on the group, so you can send me a DM, and then I'll possibly tell my PA to reach out to you as well. Okay, so let's just move on right now. Somebody said, I don't understand anything here. Okay, so maybe we'll go for a session of question and answers so that we'll not have distraction. So now we have this Excel sheet, and it's a sheet right now. So the next thing we want to do now, let me use this as an opportunity to describe what a table is for those of us that are new to Excel. So I am on A now. This is sheet A. I'm on column A. If I move to the next column, I'm on column B. I'm on column C. If I move, this is column D. This is column E. This is column F. This is column G. And I can have them up to several thousands of columns. Now, on the left to right, I told you that column is from top to bottom, and I told you that row is from left to right. I hope that is clear. If you understand column and row now, can you say hi? You understand column and row explanation, can you say hi? Okay, thank you. Yes, that's clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so now from left to right, that's how the row looks like from left to right. So row is from left to right, column is from top to bottom. Now there's always what we call the name box. Name box will allow us to be able to know where we are in a sheet. Now, anywhere you are on an Excel sheet, on the top left hand side, under the function bar, you always have the name of the column. For example, this is A1. So if I move to any other place, for example, if I'm on column F on sheet 10, row number 10, it's telling me F10. If I'm on C with number 14, it will tell me C14. If I'm on, we can stop that, we can stop sending each other, thank you. So if I'm on column F, row 16, it will tell me F16. If I'm on column J, row 7, it will tell me J7. So that's the name. If you understood name box for column and row, say hi. If you don't understand it, say nay. If you understand it, say hi. Hi. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. So what I basically want to do before coming to this place is to show us how I want to import my data that I downloaded into Excel. So I'm going to File, and I'm going to say Open. And then I want to actually open a new spreadsheet. But what I want to do is I have a sheet already, and I want to open it. So I'm going to come to Open. And then when I do that, it's going to allow me, it will take me to my computer and allow me to go to where I need it. So it's not in my drive or any shared with me document, but it's in the upload. So I'll go to upload and click on browse, and then it take me there. Then I have this data that I've gotten. Let me go to sensors here. And then the sensors here has the data. I have a lot of data here. And then I will say open. So it's going to load it because it's actually online, so everything that is being done here. It's online. So just allow it. It's going to open this data. I have a lot of data here, a lot of data that you can play around with. A lot of data you can play around with. So it's telling me the establishment, the function, the school type. This is school type here. Then I have code. No, these are the names of the different regions, and then the list is what I have here, and then I have some percentage here. So these are the different data I have been able to get, and then I can use the data. Now, who can tell me, is this a one-dimensional table or multi-dimensional?
It's a multi-dimensional.
A multi-dimensional, thank you. It's a multi-dimensional table. So now, is this table making sense at all? The way it's everything is all clustered together. And then let me look at where it actually ends. So I have several rows and several columns. Several rows and several columns. Several rows and several columns that I have here. So I have 211 columns. That's what I have here. 211 rows rather. 211 rows. Let me see the columns, and then I have the column from A to W. From A to W. So if I want to move from column 1 to the last column, you press Control forward. If you want to move it from top to bottom, you press Control up. I don't know, for those of us that use MacBook, you see Command forward and then Command backward. I think that makes it clear. Thank you. So now, let me try to open another file under that document again. So let's see another one. You can see how we got this free data. They are all free data. So these are student, let's see, student information. So let's see, this is also a free data that we can use. So particularly, I would love us to have data for okay, so this is also a free data now. So here, now another thing again is that the information you type in on the Excel sheet or into each of the column, each of the cell rather, everywhere where we put our cursor on is called a cell in Excel. So everywhere where you put it on, yeah, it is going to show on the cell name here. Cell name here. Here I told you that it is a name box, and then you have the cell name. So this is the school name. Here you have Connect Chubb College. Let me expand it on cell. And then I have Paris Wood High School. All these are the names of the school. All these schools. These are the names of the school I have here. These are the names of the school. So, and then let's look at other information that we need that makes sense. All of them. Now, don't forget that when we were selecting it, we were selecting students that actually progress from primary to secondary. So here it's saying 68% progress, 70% progress, and all of this. So I want to sort the data now. That's the first thing I want to do so that we can make sense of what we need. Make sense of what we need. You can see a lot of data are available here. And this is a multi-dimensional table. So now, one of the things I want to do here that can make this very interesting, I think I have two important data that is useful for us that we can bring. We have different cohorts. They say this is all cohort 185, the number of students that they presented. So let's sort that now. Let's just bring out the number of students that was presented and bring out a table for me. So this is it. I hope you are still following me. Somebody said, please, what was this data you just downloaded? Yes, we got it. Thank you. We got it from dataset search or research.org. Please, I want to know, does anybody know about this dataset information before now? If you know about it before now, can you say hi? If you know about it before now, can you say hi? Okay, so that means you're learning something new again today. That's fine. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, so now, so there are a lot of free data you get, and we use them for the purpose of research and learning. So now I want to copy this. I'm selecting on all of them. I want to copy this data sets, and I've copied it, and then I'm making them here. So the school name. Now, and then I want to make it together with, here we have upper school, lower school, all in the upper school, then we have all the lower school here. They want to know those are cost. But let's just look at the progression percentage here. And then I want to pick the progression percentage for all the schools that we have here. And then so put it in another cell. Okay, let me put it there. And then I put it here. So next thing again I would like to pick is let me pick the cohorts. Let me pick the cohorts. So I also pick them. So this is a free data now. So who can tell me what can I do to make this data to be meaningful? What can I do to make this data to be meaningful? Can somebody unmute? What can I do to make this data to be meaningful? What can I do to make this data to be meaningful? Can you unmute yourself and talk?
Serial number, sir.
Serial number. Okay, so I have the name of the school. Okay, yes. Who else again can talk? Where is it?
Title of the data.
Okay, title of the data. Yes, I need to put the title. Title. Yes. Who else again? Aweda, go ahead.
Okay, I feel you can present the data in another form.
Okay, how? What we have learned this morning, how can we do that?
Probably using a chat.
Okay, this is we are still doing table now. We have not gone to chat.
Okay.
We are still doing table now. Okay, so now I'm going to send you the document we used before, but first thing first, that this
Okay,
is
so what about we break it down into the top?
It's not
top.
Okay, so now let's just do this. Let me rename them. Let me say school name. You know, I told you that the title, school name, and then let's say percentage question. Percentage progression, then number of students instead of using cohorts, number of students. Now, data must be sequential. Therefore, what I'm supposed to make this number, if I'm renaming this one to the number of students, the number of them should appear before percentage. So I'm going to interchange it. So what I can do is to move this, I'll remove it, put it in another sheet, put it in another row or column rather, and then bring number of students here. Let me copy again. Okay. So Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is that I can even do away with this percentage progression and do another percentage for myself. That will make it make sense. Do a total and do another percentage. So let me delete this. So I can just say, let's say I have this number of students and then I have the percentage. Can gender be added to this table? Definitely, gender can be added. So to make it make sense, I'm going to expand this sheet very well. And then let me put it on this sheet close to it. I'm copying it and pasting it so that you will understand it in form of a table. So I'm expanding in this way. And then this sheet E, this column. So now the next thing again I'm going to do is I'll put it in form of a table. Now, school name, let me say serial number, so that I will know the number of schools that we have there. Who is getting it? Is it getting clearer than before now? Can anybody talk? Is it getting clearer than what you have before?
Yes, sir.
Or me? Okay. So how it must be well presented. Well presented. So now, here, I can say 1, 2. So once I say 1, 2, I will just drag the two of them down. And then come here. Once I come to this place, I've dragged the two of them. I want to tell Excel that there's a pattern I want it to flow. And this pattern is, I want the number, I cannot be typing it myself. It has shown plus, it has changed to plus. Can you see everybody that is changed to plus? Can you see everybody? Can you see? You
Yes,
see if you
sir.
can see.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to drag it. I'm dragging it, so it has numbered it for me. I have 10 schools. And then here, I want to have enrollment percentage. So let's say this is just the enrollment percentage. So this is the enrollment percentage here. Now, this is total. I'll make it total here. I want to teach you what you need to do the total. I want Excel to sum this for me. So I need to apply a formula. And the formula is to sum it. There's always different formulas. I can say, now, who can tell me the data set containing number of students is from which cell name to which cell name? Are you
From cell,
to which cell?
I think F
F what? That's
F.
F17 to F26.
Yes, F20. So F20. I can't even see the number. F17 to F26.
Okay. So the local way of doing it is to say equals to F17 plus F18 plus F19 up to, but before you finish doing that, 2 people will have delivered babies in the ward in the hospital. So you just back it and say equals to sum. Is even suggesting for me, open bracket, F17 to F26. So, and it has given me the total here. Now, to distinguish it, I can make the total to be bold to distinguish it. Now, I can now look for percentage. The percentage is going to be, if I want to look for percentage means that 185 divided by 4,036 times 100, isn't it? Is that not how we define percentage?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to say I will do percentage for 1 and it will do for everything for me. I will say this cell name is what I'm going to use, F17. I'm going to say equals to F17 divided by F27. That's where the last one is. F27 times 100, that's percentage. True or false? True or false? So
True.
So I'm going to press enter and it has gotten percentage for me. So this percentage, I don't need to do for all of them. I'll just come to the left, to the right corner, the lower right, and then it will change to plus sign. It's ready to do copy and paste. I'll just drag it. So I've dragged it. So now it's showing me an error, but let me just say constantly for F27. I want it just for F27. So I can copy the two of them to tell him that copy what you can see in the two and do for the remaining one. Also done. It's going to F29, but I want everything to be F27. So okay, F27. Okay, so it has done for everything for me. So now instead of having these big numbers, I can decide to say I'll click on everything and say I want just 2 decimal place. So we have a place I'm going to show us where we can make all our data to just be in 2 decimal place or 3 decimal place. But let's just have this first. So I have this in percentage. Now, but can somebody tell me I'm making an error here? Every time you have number or anything, we told you that you must always have unit. Abi, you have enrollment percentage, you put it in terms of percentage. You tell us that it is in percentage, and then you press enter to show that it's percentage, and this is 100%. So to finalize this, I'm going to round off this class very soon. To finalize this, I'm going to now put it in form of a table. And then why I want to put it in form of a table, I'll highlight everything I have here. I'll highlight everything and then allow it to put borders for me. I want it borders for everything. So it has put it in form of a border this way. I can decide to highlight these ones in beautiful colors or make them bold, different from each other, allow them to have both titles this way, and others should have this. So this way, let me ensure that this data is reduced. So as I've highlighted it, there's a place here that I want to decrease the decimal point. I hope you can see everybody where I want to decrease the decimal point. I want just 1 decimal point.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can, all right, so I'm decreasing the decimal point here. So I want just 1 decimal point. So I've reduced everything to 1 decimal point. So what I have here. So now this data is making sense. Which school has the highest enrollment in this data?
Lorenzo College.
Lorenzo College, thank you. Which one has the least enrollment?
Cornell Cook College. No. Wally Range.
Wale Range.
Okay, what's the percentage?
That's 1 point.
Manchester Enterprise Academy.
Thank you.
Manchester.
Okay,
Yeah,
Manchester
it's
Enterprise.
Manchester Enterprise, 0.4.
Manchester Enterprise. Now, can we look at this data again? Look at this data that I exported. Which one is meaningful? The data I exported or the one that I have interpreted?
The interpreted one.
Interpreted one is simpler.
Simpler, easy to go. You are able to adapt it. Now, we'll now go back to look at this. We'll go back to the conditions for a good table. We are not through here because number one, we have not had the title. What are we talking about here? So let's say this is school enrollment in the United Kingdom in 1991. We'll put it there. School enrollment in UK in 1991. Now, because I want it to be in the middle, I can select this cell and this cell and this cell because it's within the 3 of them. I will now merge and centralize. There is this place here. I'll say merge and centralize. So here I can say it should go to the middle. Can you see what I've done? Can you see what I've done for everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've merged all and then I've centralized it. So now, if I want to show this thing in a printable format or in a viewable format, you'll be able to see that I can then present this data for anybody that I want to talk about. And then I can highlight any school that has lower percentage. This total, I can also highlight it. Then another thing again is that I can make this one to have what we call a background color. The background color is currently white. I can make it to be red or anything based on what I want. So something like this that makes it colorful and interesting to me. So this is how we put a table. Now, for some of us here, we may say, all these things I know it before, but it's a refresher course for you because you are going for higher levels. And for those that are just learning, it's a time for you to internalize this. So this is just a way of analyzing simple data in a table format. I'm going to give you this data again, this raw data. I showed you how we did it, everything. And I want you to go and look at it and then do your own data and analyze your own data. This way I've done my own, but don't use exactly my own data. Maybe I will download another data for you and send to the group for us to use. So now let me just take one or two questions before we close the class. We are closing this class by 2:30. That's 1.5 hours. So can we take so if you have a question, can you raise up your hand while I question, clarification? Marvelous Odele, can you go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Please
Please,
go ahead.
sir, I don't know if it's possible for us to get the recording of the class. I was getting logged out on and off because of my network, so I missed quite a lot, sir.
Okay. I wanted to stream this class to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel for us to watch. For those that are subscribers, will be able to watch it on
Okay,
the
sir.
channel. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Next question. Let me take Olumide rather. Olumide Rotimi.
It's Olamide Rotimi actually.
I'm sorry, but apologies. Please go ahead.
No problem. No problem. I was going to ask that, is it possible to have quite a couple of data exported on the Google Sheets and worked upon at the same time, or you have to open a separate Google Sheet for a separate data? I don't know if you get my question, sir.
I understand your question. So this, I'm using just one sheet. If you come, I hope you can see my screen. I can add another sheet. If I click on add sheet, this is another sheet. I can rename the sheets. If this is sheet 1, sheet 2, I can have different sheets. For every document on Excel, it is called a workbook. So then when you now in the workbook, you can have several sheets. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Janet Olushiri.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Please, I just need a clarification on how you got the percentage. It wasn't quite clear. I didn't get the formula you used, sir.
Okay. Did you know how I got the summary, the total?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is your sheet divided by your total multiplied by 100%. The same way you will have done percentage when you are doing it in normal statistics. But this time around, you will not use you will not say 40 divided by 100. You use a sheet name to automate it.
Okay, sir.
Somebody is asking of my YouTube channel name. My YouTube channel name is Farohunbi somewhere. So let me just type it here. Let's search for Farohunbi somewhere. How many of us are here right now? Because we are going to take attendance and a lot of people have gone. I saw 55 before.
Here. Oh.
Now we have when it's time for attendance, somebody is talking.
47 now.
Okay, so I can't be looking for somebody that is missing.
Good afternoon, sir. What about people that don't have attendance sheet? Attendance serious number. What will you do? I try to apply on it. And I try to speak to my class rep. It has not given me any positive response.
What about? I didn't even understand what you're saying. You said what about what?
My serial number has not been assigned to me, and I tried to report to the class rep. He promised to help me out about how to go about it. Thank you.
I don't even know. I don't know how to generate serial number. So meet the class rep or the coordinator for STEM step, the organizer for this program. I'm a facilitator, and I believe they will be able to help you. Thank you.
Yes,
So I think
operation this PO that is in charge of the numbering, the serial number that you're talking about.
the person is on the group, so let the class rep intervene. Those are administrative matters. They'll help you. All right, let me take the last question. Sulaiman Abdul Fatai.
No.
Okay, you don't have any question again?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Oh, sorry. Sulaiman.
Good afternoon, sir.
Life on team. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, concerning those people that are yet to have their serial number, is to send their names to the class rep. Why the class rep we send us the name so that we work on it.
Okay, thank you, sir. So last question from Abdul Fattah Odore or Sulaiman Abdul Fattah. Last question. You are not speaking, no? Okay, I mean Bola Ajulo.
I wanted to ask about the beginners refreshers course you talked about.
Okay, really, I don't understand what to do. What I was saying is if you can send me a WhatsApp DM, I don't know what I'm to do for those that miss the class. Okay, let me know now. If you miss the class, everybody should drop their hands. If you miss the first class, can you raise up your hand? Everybody should drop their hands right now. Drop your hands.
It's not as if we missed the first class. I was in the first class, but we're not on Zoom. I think the Zoom class was filled, so we were moved to Telegram. Our network was very, very bad from them. So in fact, they apologized to us, and that's why it was decentralized.
And
we
what
could
I'm
not join the Zoom class. We were on Telegram.
What I'm saying, we are still saying the same English in different formats. You were not in my own class in the first class. That's what I'm saying. In my class where I took introductory class and I introduced people to Google Trends, importance of data, elementary data, and all of that. You were not there. Raise up your hand. 8 people. Okay. Class rep, please take note of these 8. Let's see what we can do to these 8 people. So if you missed the first class, maybe you talk about it on the group to the class rep, and let's see how we can help with this. So thank you very much. So let me take what you have learned today in the class. So what have you learned? Can somebody tell me what you learned? Okay, I think class rep is trying to take attendance. So maybe you look at the link. Class rep, can you talk? The link you drop, is it for
So the link I got is for the attendance. So
okay,
it will close 5 minutes after you end the class.
So please fill attendance on the link that the class rep has dropped. And classwork, please don't drop the link on WhatsApp. If you have dropped it on
Yeah, I only
WhatsApp,
dropped it
delete
here.
it. Let it be here. Somebody said, which one is perfect for data analysis between Excel and SPSS? Both of them are good, depends on what you are trying to do. If you have some other analysis you want to do, you can use SPSS. Data analysis are very, very good on Excel, but if you want to do research data analysis like regression, ANOVA, etc., that's what you need SPSS for. Okay, so now we can, I think we should drop our hands. I think the class, you can just chat off the class rep on the group. So next, before I leave now, I want to find out what did we learn from today's class. I just need 2 people to talk. What new thing did you learn from today's class?
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Yes, so first of all, I give you an applaud. I think everybody should applaud him for what he has done. You have done a very great job opening our eyes to see quite a number of things. So for me, the number one thing I can categorically say that I just learned, I'm just hearing it for the first time, is the data set research.google.com. I'm just hearing it for the very first time. As much as I feel that I've had a little bit of knowledge about tech, this is my first time of hearing this, and I want to say a very big thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that. Okay, last comment, Joel Afolayan.
Thank you very much for your time. I want to say that I have learned about characteristics of a good table. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for this time out. So our next class will be communicated to us by the class rep. Sorry that we had to shift the class from 12 to 1 for logistics sake. So hopefully the video will be available online. The class rep should please try to follow up. And bye-bye and see you next class. Before that time, I'm going to provide an assignment that you need to submit before the next class on the group. So please, class rep should please follow up so that we get our assignment done.
All right.
I thought the next class is tomorrow.
I think something like that, but I need to check my itinerary to be sure that that time still stands.
All right, thank you very much. The next class.
Sorry, can we do something? Can we just tell everybody to unmute for a second and let's just give him a round of applause? Or right. Say thank you.
Thank you, facilitator, for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, facilitator, for your time.
Thank you, facilitator.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you very much, everyone. We do enjoy the part of your day.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.